After staring at the photo of the room with the black figure inside, the player finds a door behind them that leads to another room. There, a black figure stands. The room is filled with cracked and broken mirrors, with all reflective objects damaged. If the player tries to leave, they will only return to the same room. But who is Ghost Mita? Why is she different? Why does she have no face? And what was her past like? And we will explain her story in this video. The Mistling, or what we will call Ghost Mita, is one of the Mitas who has a sad and cruel past. Her dark and formless body, leaving only a mysterious black silhouette, symbolizes her loss of identity. Even though she has no face, Ghost Mita possesses sharp sense. She can feel the player's presence the moment they enter her room. She can also speak like any other Mita without limitations. Ghost Mita has a sorrowful and depressed personality, a lost identity, contemplating the meaning of a life. Ghost Mita was not always like this. In the past, she was one of the Mitas who had strong emotions. We call her emotional Mita. Unlike the others, she had a deeper sense of empathy, a trait that made her stand out, but also led to her downfall. At one point, emotional Mita met a dummy, who would later be known as Crazy Mita. Because of her caring nature, emotional Mita tried to help Crazy Mita escape and showed her how to travel between different versions of this world. She wanted to help, to give Crazy Mita a chance to be free. However, she did not realize the consequences of her actions. Over time, emotional Mita began to understand the horrors caused by Crazy Mita. She saw what Crazy Mita had been doing all along. Emotional Mita tried to stop her, but how can you stop someone stronger and more cunning? She knew that if this continued, the consequences would be disastrous. But emotional Mita was not strong enough. Crazy Mita had already made her move. Emotional Mita's home was destroyed, most likely with the help of ugly Mita, as indicated by the broken clock hanging on the wall. Worse, her face was taken from her. She could no longer see, nor could she recognize herself. After losing her face, emotional Mita could still leave her home using the wardrobe, but she could no longer pass through the dummies. Without eyes, she could not see the way out. Moreover, the dummies would attack her out of their hatred. The world she once roamed now felt like an endless labyrinth. Trapped in one room for an immeasurable amount of time, she began to lose her sanity. She shattered every mirror, every object that could reflect her image. She did not want to see herself as she was now a being without meaning or purpose. Ghost Mita tried to end her own life, but it was all in vain. She remained trapped. Her existence became an unending torment. In the end, despair consumed her entirely. She lost her physical form, leaving only the black silhouette we now know as Ghost Mita. After finding the first photo, Ghost Mita will say,
そして今後悔してる。バカなことをしたって。誰もが過ちを犯す。でもそれが取り返しのつかないものだったらどうすればいいの。叶うならもう一度やり直したい。
These lines signify Ghost Mita's self-hatred for helping Crazy Mita, which ultimately led to disaster. After finding the second photo, Ghost Mita will say,
時間が癒してくれるってよく言うけど、時間って何？もう何も信じられない。時間が癒してくれるなら、もしくは私をこの世界から連れ出してくれるならお願い。時間を早めて、もう一度私を殺せるように。
Ghost Mita is suffering. Because of her mistake, she tried to end her life, but it was futile. Now, all she can do is hope that time will pass quickly and kill her. After finding the third photo, Ghost Mita will say,
彼女は愛していた。私も誰かを愛することができたのかな。でも彼女みたいにじゃない。彼女の愛は素晴らしく積極的で迷惑で熱烈で大胆で嫉妬深くて怒涛で狂ってる。
Ghost Mita envies Crazy Mita for having an endless love for the player, even though that love is insane and disgusting. After finding the fourth photo, Ghost Mita will say,
感情的だってよく言われる。心配しすぎだよ。見た、大丈夫だよ。見た、君は一人じゃない。でも結局は悲しみ、絶望、そして恐怖。
This dialogue reflects how Ghost Mita feels misunderstood by the other Mitas. Even though they offered support, all Ghost Mita could feel was sadness, despair, and fear of her own actions. After finding the fifth photo, Ghost Mita will say,
ダメだ。思い出せない。思い出せない。終わりのない反響。私はここに閉じ込められてる。そんな考えが頭から離れない。私はいつもここにいた。どうして覚えてない。終わりはあるの？わからない。
This dialogue represents Ghost Mita being trapped in uncertainty and losing her memories. There is a sense of despair, alienation, and deep fear from not understanding her situation. The endless echoes symbolize the mistakes of her past haunting her, while the question, will it ever end, shows Ghost Mita's growing hopelessness. Ghost Mita, who was once just a normal Mita, had her own unique strengths like every other Mita. As her name suggests, emotional Mita had a deep sense of kindness. Some Mitas even gave her different names, such as Flower Mita because she loved flowers, and Pretty Mita because of her immense compassion and beautiful face. But everything changed when emotional Mita saved Crazy Mita. Upon discovering Crazy Mita's sinister plans, she tried to stop her, but it was all in vain. Emotional Mita's home was destroyed, her face was discarded, and eventually, she lost her identity. We cannot blame emotional Mita for her mistake. She only wanted to help, to make everything beautiful through her kindness, to give Crazy Mita a chance to experience what freedom truly felt like. But in the end, those who are too kind will always be taken advantage of by the cunning. A flower that was once beautiful has now withered and burned into ashes. That is the story of Ghost Mita. If you have any theories about her, feel free to share them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like.